Hey, everybody, listen, happy Friday. I hope you're all having a good time, having a good Friday so far. Listen, we're having an express. I got to get myself comfortable over here. I'm like, oh, okay, Mo, what you cooking? What you cooking? What you cooking? Okay, hey, everybody, I see y'all out there. We're going to have an express train ride. And I mean express. You know why? Because tomorrow we're doing our book club. We're doing the last part of Prince Harry's book, okay? Despair. So we're gonna close that out. We're gonna be done with it. I'm so glad to see y'all here. And listen, I got so many amazing, and when I say amazing, amazing emails of support from all of y'all in regards what happened to my son. All is well. Things are being taken care of. The police are involved. The school is handling everything. I don't want to get too much in it because I still get emotional. Still get very emotional. It's just, I don't know. It's so sad. I just will never, ever, ever understand why people just can't get along. Why the color. Sometimes I wish we was all just colorblind. It's just so crazy to me. Why can't we all just get along? Okay. But anyway, all is well. I will keep you posted. But for sure, police are involved. People got expelled. People are on suspension. So all is going well. So we're gonna have this quick chain ride, okay? Yes, Lisa, right? I mean, come on, like really, why can't we all just get along? But anyway, yes, thank you so much, God. I truly appreciate all the love and support. I felt y'all. Y'all wrapped your arms around me. And I embraced y'all and I thank y'all. So we're going to do this quick trending topics. Hey, Curves. Oh my God. Curves in the building. Hey. And listen, guys, we're I don't want to say we're forgetting, but but we got to promote better. I'm going to beat Roy here when he comes on this train. We got to promote better, but we are still doing our YouTube Streets tour. If you missed when we was over at Naughty Love Movement, you better go over there and check it out. We had an amazing, and when I say amazing, I mean amazing time. And we will be going on Curve Show next. The tour is stopping over there. The train is stopping over there. That's right. Choo choo. And we'll be over there. I want to say March 11th. But if I'm wrong, listen, we'll update you. But I think I got the thing in my head written in stone. I want to say we're going over to Curve Channel on March 11th. We're going to have a ball. So I hope you'll join us. So let me board this train because we got some cool topics tonight, okay? I got to bring the monthly ticket holder in the building. And y'all know what your ticket is. Hit that like button, okay? That's your ticket onto this train. Hey, Auntie Robin.
Hey, Diva, chugga, choo choo. Happy Friday. Happy for our way on the road and train to, or the track. What are we on? Train, rack, rails. We on our way to justice for our son, the nephew.
Yes,
And we're going to have a good time here tonight in our expressions and be ready for tomorrow to talk about Spare. I got a little less than 100 pages to go. I am ready for that.
Ooh, thank you, Auntie Robin, reading with us. All right now. So listen, that's right. Choo choo. All right, let me bring Roy in the building.
Hey, happy Friday,
over here. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Show the people what you're working with, okay? I whip my hair back and forth, okay?
Listen, Diva, I have to say, excellent job and congratulations on yesterday evening.
100%. Yes.
Did an amazing job. Miss Bunny did an amazing job with an excellent interview. Just hats off to you. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And then yes, it is March 11th for Curves. We're gonna have some fun over on Curves' channel. And then yes, join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. for Spare. We are doing part 3. This is our final part. We've had some great reviews, Diva. People are still talking about part 1 and 2. So I think after this one, we need to find another book to continue this going. Keep the positivity, keep the laughter, keep the learning, keep the love. We're going to keep it going.
Thank you guys if y'all came for the interview and you really enjoyed it. And maybe, we'll talk about it, Roya, but maybe we'll read the kept ones by Bunny the Bodge.
Listen,
Maybe we'll do
if y'all want to check it out, let us know. If y'all got some books that y'all want us to try to do, email us, email Diva, email myself, and we will definitely go through and see what the conversation is. If y'all like it, we down with it.
We down with it, okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you for the accolades on the interview. I truly appreciate it. Hey, Juanita, you're in the building. What's going on?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
We doing good.
Diva, I'm so sorry. I've been out of the loop, and I didn't know something had happened to your son. But, my love goes out to you and to him, and I pray that all goes well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And listen, guys,
I was ready to catch a flight.
Okay.
Hey, in a minute.
In a minute. And listen, guys, let's speak this into the existence, okay? Robin is going to be our up and coming manager, okay? Robin be helping us out behind the scenes so much. Yes. And I just want y'all to know we all Roya and I, we love her and we truly appreciate her. She our behind the scenes queen, okay? She's our machine, okay? Auntie Robin. Yes, so we appreciate her. Let me now.
There goes Chef Kev. He back with the avatar. What's up, Chef Kev? What happened?
What's going on?
Hey, Chef Kev, you in the building?
Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing?
We doing
good. You doing all right, Chef?
I'm doing great. Great to be. I'm good. Had a little hiccup, but I'm good. I want to say also that was a good interview I got to watch last night with Bunny the Bodge. And the fact that she still got a voice is amazing. Because Whitney didn't have hers. So I mean, the fact that she still got her voice, that was amazing. So that was a blessing. And she dropped some knowledge. You know what I mean? So she dropped some gems in there. You know what I mean? Especially about kept secrets when she was saying, I don't know the exact. I remember the exact quote about kept secrets.
She said, no, I'm gonna tell you what she said, Chef Cav. She said, "Secrets keep you sick." You better put that in the chat. Hashtag that. Secrets keep you sick, and that's a fact. That is a fact. So I thank y'all all for being in the building on the train. We about to pull this train out the stop, but I gotta ask the question that everybody want to know, Chef Cav. It's Friday night. Okay, you here? They want to know is the car open? Is the car open?
Okay, so we got this new Jamaican wine right now. That's in the cart. It's called Magnum Tonic Wine. So we're gonna sip on this tonight. We're gonna sip on this tonight. You know what I mean? We got the Hennessy and we got tequila, but
in the building.
Hey, look. Don't hate. Hey, look. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm here to keep y'all happy, smiling. You know what I mean? Things go right. Things go better when the drinks are flowing. That's all I'm saying. Things go a little bit better when the drinks are flowing. So
you
got the drinks flowing.
I come with DJV. I'm trying to tell you, the drinks are flowing. Roya got him a big old bottle of something over there. Okay.
And we got hot wings and French fries.
But Vanilla Crown, just
Okay. Roya, we got hot wings tonight. We got 3 different flavors. We got mild, spicy, and lemon pepper. So you check the one you want. Let me know.
Lemon pepper.
So the hot wings are flowing tonight.
Mild for me.
Come on, Chef Kev. I like it hot. That ain't hot enough for me.
But I got the ghost peppers for you. Don't worry about it. I got the ghost pepper.
Yeah.
I got the ghost pepper wings for you. Don't worry about it.
At the Popeyes when they got the ghost pepper wings. Hello.
I got the ghost pepper wings, but they ain't Popeyes, baby. I'm sorry. Mine is truly ghost pepper wings.
I'm just saying. I like it hot, so come on with it.
Hey, spicy like spicy. You know.
The train is shaking already.
And I got
your seat belts, okay?
So it's gonna be hot. We got liquor and we got some water to cool you down if you get too hot. But it is what it is.
Well, I'm having my Ciroc tonight.
Well, we got this. Hey, you know what? I got a good one for you too. Yeah, well, we ain't gonna talk about that because we can't say. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, I made a
Okay.
good drink with vodka from my best friend when she broke up with a man. It's called I Hate That Ninja. And I had vodka and I had different juices. And by the time in the night she was on the couch, had passed out. I said, I can't stand that. You know what I mean? So I got one for you. I got one for you. Trust me.
Okay.
It's Ciroc, got some fruit juices in there. I serve it with a pineapple, garnish on top. You trust me, you will love it. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, so let's get this train out the station, okay? I'm scared of heat. Ghost peppers are deadly. Yeah, I don't like. I can't do hot either. Okay, I'm drinking my tea. I'm staying sober tonight, okay? But we got some other people. At least you know. Yes, the tribe is redefining happy hour. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. But we about to pull this train out the station. So listen, guys. Here's the crazy thing, right? We have a lot of good topics on this express train tonight. We're going to start out with a criminal, okay? But he's a respectful criminal. He's the type of criminal that when you looking for him, he's not going to waste the taxpayers' money. He went on the website and told the cops, listen, chill out. Chill out. I know y'all looking for me. But guess what? I got things to do because y'all gonna about to hold me up for 30 days. I got some business to handle first. Give me 48 hours and then I'll come through. Just chill. So hold on. Let me share screen. And y'all know y'all gotta work with me, right? Because I'm learning how to do my shares. So y'all
I'm
just
so proud of you, Diva. You better do this. Yes.
I better work, right? She better work.
You better zoom in. Come on.
Okay, look at Mr. here, okay?
Oh.
Listen, it says man responds to police wanted poster on Facebook and taunts them for days. He told them to calm down. Got that wanted poster up about me. I'ma come. He said, thank you. Let me see. Let's go here. It says a Washington State man wanted by the police for violating his probation, taunted officers for almost about a week by chatting with them in the comments section of a post about him on their Facebook page.
Ooh.
Okay, so Anthony, he's 38, was wanted by the state's Department of Corrections, and the police department put it up on their Facebook page saying, help us find this person, right? So a warrant was issued for him because he violated an order. And so he told them on the post, he said, listen, calm down. I'm going to turn myself in, he wrote, okay? The department responded a few days later telling, what is his name, Acres, the hours they are open. They said, hey, Anthony, we haven't seen you yet. The post read, of course, if you need a ride, you can call non-emergency and we'll pick you up. Okay. In turn, Atkins thanked the police department and said he had a couple loose ends to tie up before he stopped by the apartment. Okay. So he said, I apologize. So, because he didn't do what he told him he needed 48 hours, but he didn't come in 48 hours. He said, I apologize for standing you up, but let me make it up to you. I will be there no later than lunchtime tomorrow. I know you have no reason to believe me after what I did to you, but I promise you that if you make it tomorrow by lunchtime, I'll call a ride to assist me with my commitment issues, he wrote. Okay. So listen, you see him? This is him telling police, calm down. I'm going to turn myself in. The people, it backed the people up. At the time they took this picture, 4.8K people responded. And then they said, hey, Anthony, we haven't seen you. This is our hours. We'll come get you. Okay. He said, thank you. Tying up some loose ends since I'll probably be there for a month. Should be there within the next 48 hours. Eventually, he turned himself in. And he's so fresh. He took a picture in front of the police station and tell the people, see, I'm turning myself in. Okay. Now, what do we think about Mr. Anthony? You know what I'm saying? He said, listen, calm down. I'm going to turn myself in. We'll start with you, Auntie Robin. What you think about Anthony? That man has stuff to do. Come on, Michelle. He said, not right now. What do you think, Auntie Robin?
I say kudos to Mr. Anthony for taking responsibility, for putting his stuff in order, for being in contact, for not trying to evade the authorities, and keep it in constant communication, and in the end filling us in so we don't look over our shoulders looking for him. This is hilarious, and obviously he's not someone who is would cause any of us harm, but who would have thunk it couldn't have been me or you, though.
But that part. But you know what though? He answered his own wanted ad. He said, "I'll be there. Chill out." Boy, what do you think about Anthony? Okay, ain't he a respectful person?
Now look how far respect gets him. I wonder how far respect would get me if I was wanted, in a state somewhere, and I'm talking about I'll be there in 48 hours. Baby, but listen, he is the cat's meow to the police because they did whatever he wanted them to do. So,
Excuse me.
He told them to calm down, put his poster up.
Down, like we calm down. We calm down. No, sir, you calm down. You out here wanted for a whole crime. How about you calm down? You take several seats. We want this gentleman to go on to the back of the church, the back row, and have several seats and talk to God. Because really,
listen, the gentleman criminal. He's one of a kind. He is one of a kind.
Wanted arrest. He answered his own wanted arrest.
He said he gonna be there. He needed 48 hours.
And got the 48 hours. That's the kicker.
He got more because he stood them up. He stood them up. He didn't come in 48 hours. Then he told them, listen, I know y'all don't believe me. I'm going to be there tomorrow at lunchtime. He said, I still got more stuff to do. He said, I know y'all got no reason to believe me, but chill out. I'm going to be there.
And, I'm going to say this, and this is about to be reckless, so it is what it is. But, I understand why Shanquilla's case hasn't been solved, because look what they're doing with this. So if they'll do it with this,
Right. That part. Chef Kev, what do you think? We got a criminal that's respectful here. He saw they wanted him. He didn't want to waste the taxpayers' money. He said, chill. I'm coming. Calm down. Okay? Calm yourself. Putting this poster up, talking about where I be. What do you think, Chef Kev?
I wish I was that lucky. No, it wouldn't have been me.
Exactly.
It shows you a lot. It was funny. I wonder if he got money for it. He was wanted. I don't know if there was a reward for it. But I wonder if he got money for it.
Money for turning himself in.
Hey, I ain't hating on it, but you know it couldn't have been someone like me. They'd have had the guns drawn. Give me 48 hours. That's yeah. That was funny. He got some balls, but nah. We all know we don't get away with things like that. But you know what? If he can get away with it, do you?
Listen, he said, calm down. Y'all wilding out, putting this poster up. Juanita, what do you think? It was the calm down for me. Okay. He said, I got stuff to do. Y'all gonna have me in there for 30 days. I gotta handle my business before I come up in there. He's taking a picture on his way in to let the people know. See, I'm turning myself in. He a mess. What you think, Juanita?
I think it's arrogance with a capital A. He was very arrogant, but only certain people can get away with certain things. So, hey, they let him do it. They like it. I love it.
I'm that girl. Said he kept his promise. He had a few loose ends to tie up. Okay, he had to go talk to his baby mama. He had to go talk to some people. He had to maybe he had to pay some bills. He listed 30 days. He had to go pay up his rent and all that. Okay, he wanted to make sure that he tied up his loose ends before he came there and did his 30 days. He's like, y'all gonna have me for 30 days. I got stuff to do. Okay, that was funny. Calm down. I have things to do. I'm trying to tell you. That man said, I got things to do.
And then we're going to be even more disrespectful and then allow him to serve his still 30-day sentence.
See that part.
And then he said, it's like he's saying, I have places to go, things to do, and people to see.
That part. He probably had a hangover.
To jail. Who is still doing business with this man? We need to be investigating these people that he is hanging with because
And listen, they responded and said, listen, this is our hours. If you need a ride, call the non-emergency number and we're going to give you a ride. No, they played. No, listen, this ain't you. This why he did it. He did it because just listen, they playing games with him. Like, what kind of shenanigans is that? If you need a ride, like, huh? They told this man, if you need a ride, he got you.
Maybe he's their version of Otis. Remember from the old Andy Griffith show when he would get drunk? he would check himself. He would lock.
Listen, but I don't know, Roya, because they said, listen, he's still currently in jail. Maybe he did more than 30 days because he played games. He tried to play them out. And he played them out on Facebook.
More than 30 days. He better have did more than 30 days because this is a whole problem. And see, this is what irritates me. See, when you let one person get away with something, then everybody else thinks that they can run around and get away with this. This is a whole problem.
It's the foolery. It's the foolery. And listen, they said this was the first time a wanted person had reached out to the department via social media.
Ooh.
Listen, he was probably at the local library on their computer and was like, oh, are they looking for me? Okay, I got something to tell them. Listen, he said, calm down. Blasting me up on this social media like that. Are y'all stupid? Yeah, he was pissed. He told him to calm down. Okay. So listen, guys, I thought that Anthony, he was a piece of work. He was pretty funny. Okay. We're going to move on to the next station because remember, we on the express train here. Okay. And we're going to talk about this transgender shop teacher, right? And the thing about this transgender, we don't really care. We don't care what you are. Do what you do. But the issue with this teacher is he wants to go to school and teach the kid with these Z-size prosthetic breasts. But when he's not in school, he dresses as a man. So my thing is, why can't you just, for school purposes, go ahead and dress as a man and then after school put on these Z-size prosthetic breasts and do your thing, right? So he's a Canadian teacher, okay, who made international headlines for wearing gigantic, come on people, size Z, gigantic prosthetic breasts, okay? Rarely wears them outside of school. So why are you exposing the kids to this, right? Because you don't do it outside of school. So it's raising questions about whether or not the vulgar costume is just an act. Is he trying to play people out? While the parents have raged about, this situation with the teacher being allowed to wear the Z-cup prosthetics in front of students, the shop teacher was spotted ditching the controversial, prosthetics when he's not working. So that if he wore it all the time, I would think one way. But because when you out and about in the streets, you're not doing this foolery with the Z-size breast. So let's just come down. That's him when he not in school. He chilling.
Oh, wow.
Why can't he go teach shop like that? Why he not teaching in school like that? But when he want to go to school, let's keep coming here.
Oh, my goodness.
He want to do this right here. He want to do the foolery.
What the hell?
Okay, he want to do the foolery. And then it's okay if you want to wear the prosthetics, but do they have to be that big? So they're outrageous. This is in the school.
And then, look at that.
And because everything has to be, this is in the school teaching shop. Now, come on now. This is in the school teaching shop. The exaggerated, unnatural proportions. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And there were people in the school that had issues with it. But now everything has got to be equal opportunity, this, that, and the other. And I would be fine, again, if while you wasn't in school, you dressed this same way. But let's go back, guys. When you're not in school, there you go the shop teacher. Mm-hmm. All I'm saying is, why can't he come to school like that? So let's talk about this.
But I'm about to go all the way off because I'm offended This is an offense to the LGBTQ community. There are real people every day who are struggling to live their real lives, and those who are trying to live their real lives who are being off, who don't have a place to live, they don't have food to eat, and this man is making a mockery of real life situations. This is horrible. This is deplorable, and he needs to be fired. He needs to be
Mm-hmm.
reprimanded because you are making a mockery and a joke of real people's lives. I am totally offended by this whole situation. This man is out of order and out of control. Something needs to be done.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And you know what? I would have felt differently if you were dressing like that outside of the school. I would have felt differently, even though I still feel that you don't have to, because they're prosthetic, they don't have to be that outrageous, and that you literally see the nipples. Like, that
Right,
is just insane. Like, you
right.
literally see the nipples, and the kids have to be taught like this and accepted. But meantime, when you go on the ShopRite, Pathmark, wherever, Target, Walmart, McDonald's, you dressing like a whole man, like just regular. Nobody know the difference. This is insane. And
Hmm.
but because now, if you dare say something against something, everybody wants to cancel you for life. But that is just foolery. Juanita, what are your thoughts?
I say he looks like a predator to me.
Mm,
And only a predator would do something like that to try to entice, little boys or whatever. Now, I don't know if y'all remember, but I heard a while back on the D.L. Hughley show that this school had a problem with this teacher because her body was so snatched, and they want to fire her
yes.
because the way that her butt and everything was shaped.
Uh-huh.
They wanted to fire her, and she was natural. So why in the world would you let this man come in and try to teach your kids with nipples popping out like that,
Mm-hmm.
dress hanging down to his knees with the
Mm-hmm.
nipples poking out? That's just ridiculous. And I really think something needs to be done about it, because just looking at his picture, it is showing me uh predatory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's again, it's a whole mockery of the situation. And I think he's also taking advantage of the fact that he knows the world is so sensitive now. It's like we can't have our own opinion. We can't say nothing about
Hmm.
anything. If you
Look at
dare
that
say
face.
something,
Look at that
yeah,
face again. Just look
yeah.
at it.
But my problem is here. You good. You good. Why can't you just go teach the kids like this?
Hmm.
Right.
Nobody cares about what you do after that. Why can't you look at this? This is fine. Why can't you teach the kids like that?
Or
But
if you
no, you
want to
want
teach
to
the
teach the
kids
kids
like
and
that,
it's
you need to
foolery.
be like that all the time. This is,
Exactly.
you don't need to switch in and out. If you're gonna, that's my issue with this. If you proclaim to be something or someone, don't jump in and out and try to be back and forth. Like, no, that's unacceptable. Like, that's why I'm saying that it's you trying to make a mockery of real human beings who live everyday life struggling to be who they feel that they were made to be. This is
Right.
But
horrible.
actually what he's doing, he's taking advantage of the rights of others.
Yes.
He's a sometimey one person,
Mhm.
but yet he know that there are rights and violations, and he's just taking advantage of it, and it's something needs to be done about it.
I think this
Yeah.
is beyond advantage, though.
Yeah.
I
This is
really,
this is crazy in the classroom. Even
he
if
is
this was,
making.
I'm gonna come to you, Auntie Robin.
Okay, sorry.
Even if this was a natural born female, right? You wouldn't even let that school teacher. This. Look at this. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. And the shop students and the students have to look at this. You wouldn't even just let a teacher. Anyway, go ahead, Auntie Robin, because I'm getting like, go ahead.
Yeah, well, this man is making a mockery of this entire situation. I don't know anything about Canadian law and what their thoughts are, and what their stands are about recognition of not just the LGBTQ plus IA community, but also everything that surrounds being transgender. From
Mm-hmm.
what we just saw in the newspaper article, I would personally find it a way. Look how offensive that is. I would absolutely find a way to say, like, here, look at there's irrefutable evidence that this man lacks consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And I would really push to have him pick a side, because his presentation is unnatural. It's an abomination. It is, again, makes a mockery of women's bodies, as well as really thumbing his nose up to people who are truly transgender. The fact that this person does not dress, I mean, he's in costume to go to work. That's what it is.
Mhm.
He's costuming,
Exactly.
and it's a whole offense. And I would find a way. I'm with Royer. I'd find a way to fire him.
And what about dress codes? There are dress codes for students, and I'm sure
Yeah.
there should be dress codes for teachers as well.
Right. You know what? You know what, Juanita? I did not even think about that. You are
Mm-hmm.
so correct.
Yeah,
You
because
are
that's
so
that's
correct.
against dress code. Tight fitting, nipples poking out.
Right.
Come on now.
Right. You are so correct. Chef Kev, I'm coming to you, but let me say, because someone mentioned the other woman. I don't think this is the one recent, because there was another one, but I just want to show her. This is an art teacher. Because of her curves, they wanted her to be fired.
Yeah, cray
But at
cray.
least, but at least it is this is not it's not craziness. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? She's still dressed very respectfully. It's not craziness. She just happens to be a curvy teacher.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
but got a good bra on. You're not seeing any nips. Okay.
Right.
And she can't help that her body is her body. Whether she did something to it or not, it is what it is. It's still her body. And this is respectable clothing on in the school.
Exactly.
That part, Diva. She is dressed respectfully. She looks like that she is coming to do a job. She can't help that her body is her body. And like you
Right.
said, even if she do work, at least she is coming, you can cover your nips.
Yep.
You can hide certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
it's just deplorable that he is choosing to come to work in a certain way, but then you want to turn around and then choose to be a certain way in your life. Choose
Right.
to say what you're gonna be and stick with it.
Yeah,
That
he
part.
just looked downright sloppy and nasty to me.
Right. And like I said, you could go to the store and stuff outside of school
Right.
and look regular and fine, but you want to go teach the kids like that. It's not fair. You're being messy. Who am I coming to next? Chef Kev?
Hey, what's going on? The issue I have is crazy is, and correct me if somebody saw this before, but I don't ever recall seeing a transgender with breasts like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like really over the top. That part right there was like mind boggling to me. It's like, why do you have to put breasts on that big to walk into a school full of young boys and girls?
Mm-hmm.
So it does look predatory. It does look something like, I mean, you're looking for attention.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not like your breast grew that big. You're putting on prosthetics that big. I don't think I've ever seen a transgender like that before. So, and then you want to go to the walk outside looking like how you like a regular person, like a man. And then you want to be a transgender around the kids. It's I don't get it. You know what I mean? And as far as I mean that just I blame the school and the whatever public school system or public school board that allows that,
Mm-hmm.
because they should be in the uproar that the fact that because I don't want my son or daughter around someone like that. You know, like what attention are you seeking when you put on breasts like that? Even if a woman does it, you're seeking some type of attention, and you're doing it in a school. So what kind of attention are you seeking? You know what I mean? Are you
Mm-hmm.
trying to you're trying to have sex with little boys like that with young boys? That's what I see. So it's
Kev, you are
it's a
so
big
on
problem.
point with that. You are 100% right. Who It would be one thing if they were natural or if you had them implanted, but the fact that you can remove them,
It's a distraction to the students.
It is a distraction to the students, and it's very unfair to the students. And it's unfair that our hands are tied a lot of times, because everything you're walking this thin line of, what's discriminatory, what is acceptable, what's not. It's just a mess. It's just really a mess. It's really a mess. E, you're in the building. Nice to see you. What do you have to say about this situation?
Hi everyone. I came on late, so I missed the beginning. So I'm not familiar with this topic. I'm gonna sit this one out
Okay,
because I don't know what we did. I don't know what happened.
Okay, wait, let me bring him back up. We did have a criminal. You missed another good one too. We did have a criminal who, he saw his wanted poster on Facebook, and himself. I don't know what
He saw his wanted poster on Facebook, and he did what?
and he responded himself. He responded to the people and let them know, like, hey, I'm gonna turn myself in. Just chill out.
Oh, good. I like that. There's plenty more who need to follow by that example. In Atlanta, there was the Fulton County Police. They did an advertisement, and they said if you have an ex-lover and you would like to report them for outstanding warrants, please turn them in today. I like that.
So
No,
this is what
I think you misunderstanding the story. This gentleman told the police he had a warrant for his own arrest. He told the police that he would be there in 48 hours to turn himself in. They accepted that, but he did not show up in the 48 hours that they accepted for him to show.
Well, where are the IT people? Why don't they have a skip trace on the page he responded to? They can't crack his server. Why are you laughing?
Listen, they was going to give him a ride. They said, do you need a ride? You need a ride? I'll go back to that in a minute. But here, listen, this teacher, this is from Canada. He's Canadian, right? And so he wears these. Let me just X that out. Let's get this stuff off the screen. So during the day, like in other times, this is how he dresses. He's fine, right? He's good. Why can't he come to school like that? So let's go down. This is how he wants to go to the school and teach the kids.
So then my question.
Wait, let me just show you a little bit more. That's him in the school. And this is him in the shop class that he teaches. Look at the nips. The nips is showing there, which is ridiculous. Showing the little nips.
I have some questions. Can I ask some questions?
Of course you can. Let's see. I hope I can answer.
Because I want to choose my words carefully.
Okay.
And if I say something wrong, please, anybody pull my coattail, pull me to the carpet. But if you walk around in the day like a man and you go to work as a woman, you're not trans. You're a cross-dresser. But teachers are not cross-dressers. Teachers, that's an upstanding profession. I mean, you're going to school to teach. So why are you what's the agenda? I don't think that you can call that person a trans, because trans is not something you put on and off. From what I know, somebody pulled my coattail. Is that true?
You know what? I don't know. I don't even want to try to break down that situation. My thing is the foolery of this is not you all the time. You are comfortable going back and forth. So my thing is, why bring the foolery to the school and to the students that you're teaching? Why have that distraction? Why not just go dress as the man in school, and then when you leave school, do what you do?
You see, that's what I'm curious.
It's funny.
About.
This is the one time nobody calls out mental illness.
What do you mean mental illness?
Well, it's been an excuse for everybody else. Very often when things happen, people are quick to say that folks are mentally ill for the behavior that they engage in the public. And I submit that has to be some measure of mental illness or instability when he is, as you correctly say, E, that he's cross-dressing. This person is not trans. And again, I would argue, I was really he's I feel so uncomfortable, and I'm very much for people and how they want to do, but I try to get rid of him and say that he's just committing fraud by claiming to be transgender, and he's really not. I would he's sick. I think that this is a sickness.
Robin,
I very rarely will say mental illness.
I'm going
I
to
would
quote
call it that.
Diva. I'm going to quote Diva. This is one of my favorite Diva sayings. I'm connecting with you, Robin, and I'm connecting, and, I, I'm connecting with you because I know some trans people, and I do think there is this political movement to label any and everything trans, and this bad behavior. I can't remember if I saw it in the comments or if you said it previously. This is a mockery, and I think that because I was on the panel the other day and we were talking about how we need good teachers. This is not an example of good teachers. What the hell are those? Excuse me. What are those nipples doing showing? Like I don't understand those that photograph, and I really feel like it goes back to the principle because
Well,
they
you know what I said, E? I said it gives me predator. Because why would a man go in a classroom like that except for to try to solicit little boys? Now, I might be wrong, but that's just my opinion.
when I'm looking at it, I don't know. I don't know what a young person is thinking, but as a grown woman, this is clownery. This is
Yeah.
clownery to me. And like you said, I believe Diva said it. I'm connecting with you, Diva. This is a distraction in the classroom. And it's
Yep.
not funny. It's not acceptable. And the principals is onus upon them. They have a lot of power in this situation. This is inappropriate dress. Let me tell you something. I am a D cup. I have to be conscious about what I wear in the workplace. And I am a woman. And I'm telling you, if I have to be conscious about what I wear and what my breasts look like, to not even children, but the grown adults, there is a dress code, there is a conduct,
Exactly.
there is a standard. This is inappropriate.
That's
It
exactly what
most
I said,
certainly
E,
is.
about a dress code. I said, if
Yeah.
it's a dress code for the students, it should be a dress code for the teachers as well.
100%, 100%. And I just think that, you know what, when you dealing with the children and they're so impressionable and you signed up to be a teacher, you know, it's not fair. And y'all hit the nail on the head. If a student has a dress code, like you can't wear a short skirt. I know a lot of schools now, you cannot wear ripped clothing, ripped jeans,
Mm-hmm.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So why should we allow the teacher to just show up in the foolery? It's just not right. And especially, like I said, if this was his way of living 24/7, I would think differently. But because clearly after hours, you would think it would be the opposite, right? You would dress like the man when you go to school, and then afterwards, you know, maybe somebody caught you doing your thing and you put your Z boots
Mm-hmm.
on and all that. But you're bringing that nonsense to the school, but then after work, you're dressing like a regular person. Like, that's crazy. And I
And
don't even think anybody would have such a problem with the boobs. I think it is the size of them
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that are really, you know, have people in a little bit of outrage. And then
Exactly.
outside of the size of them, do you have to have, this is literally in the shop class, do you have to have the nipples on these things? That is just insanity.
that's the first thing that I noticed. And Diva, you and I have spoken off the record a few times. In some of these schools, you can't even wear open toe shoes. Yeah,
Yep.
Right.
it's mandatory that you have to wear a bra. It's in the handbook for some women in the dress code for teachers. So this right here is unusual to me. And like I said, the nipples are the first thing that stuck out to me. But again, I'm looking at the administrative team. Why are you letting this go on? I want to know the agenda. What are you trying to provoke here? Because I don't think it's trans related. I think this person is making a mockery. And
Mm-hmm.
so, someone who said about mental illness, I think that was Aunt Robin. Listen, there's clearly something wrong and they're stirring the pot, and I want to know the end goal. That's what I want to know.
Right. It's just crazy. And like I said, if you can do this right here and not have a problem with it, then so that school does it, you know, you want minimum distractions in school. So why can't you just come to school like this? What's the big deal? And
And
then
I'm shocked.
afterwards, do your thing.
And I'm shocked, as outspoken as some of these kids are, and I have been around them, that nobody has pulled his coattail yet, because
Exactly.
kids are honest. I am shocked by this. I would pay money to see this class on Zoom and see what a regular day is like. I would pay money to see that.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm thinking too, to be honest
They're
with
in
you.
Canada though, E.
Yeah, they're in Canada. But you know what though, I'm thinking too though, after a while, unfortunately, things end up becoming the norm. They probably was shocked initially, and now they're probably at the point where it's just that's just who he is, right? Um, is it? But it's totally unfair. Yeah, the nips are a total violation. A total violation. It's not fair. It's not right. Mm-mm. It's definitely not fair, and it's definitely not right. And so, before we move on, E, we'll revisit really quickly to hear your thoughts on our Anthony here. Let me see if I could share the screen and get back to Anthony.
Steve, I've been gone too long. Look at you becoming an IT pro, sharing
Woo,
the screen and such.
child, I'm trying to do my thing over here. They got me with the Mac, okay? So listen, it says man responds to the police wanted post on Facebook and taunts them for days. He told them to calm down, okay? So he saw on the police Facebook page a picture of himself, saying they was looking for him. They had a warrant out for his arrest. He told them, listen, y'all need to calm down. He said, I'm going to turn myself in. Chill. Okay. He said, chill. I'm going to turn myself in. And they said, he told them, I'll be there in 48 hours. I got stuff to do. Right. And so they said, hey, Anthony, we haven't seen you yet. Our business hours, they gave the business hours, tell them when they all open. And they said, listen, if you need a ride, here go the number. We'll come pick you up. Okay.
Come on, pick me up.
Listen. He told them, thank you. He said, tying up a couple loose ends since I will probably be there for a month. He said, I should be there within the next 48 hours. Just calm down. Okay.
Listen,
And so, he didn't turn himself in exactly, when they did, when he said he was, but he eventually did. Right. And then he said, he eventually came in. Right. And in the comment section of the post, he shared a selfie of himself at the police station. He messy. He let the people know. He's like, let the people know. Listen, I finally turned myself in. Here go my selfie. He said, pushing the button. He said, yes, as better late. It's a bit later than planned, but here and going in. He said, thank you, RPD, for letting me do this on my own. And then he told the people, see y'all in a month, he wrote, okay? And they said this was the first time ever that a criminal has reached out to them via social media, okay? He's still in the jail. What do you think about Anthony turning himself in, saving the taxpayers' money?
Well, I want to know, how are you delinquent on turning yourself in and then you receive a thank you for showing up late and you get to post these selfies? To me, this is entitlement. And I can't remember where I heard this term. You have the complexion for protection. I don't think that someone as brown as myself or some of the brown people on this panel would be able to take to Facebook and tell the cops, I'm tying up a few loose ends. I'll be there when I can. Hold your mule. So I do find that to be a bit problematic. Yes, this person may have saved the taxpayers' money, but if you broke the law, we're not responsible for tying up your loose ends. I'm already paying for your meals. You have cable, from what I heard on the inside. They watch Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams said that on her show, that the people in prison watch TV. So, I mean, come on. I think that there needs to be criminal justice reform, but what we do for one, we need to do for all, because I don't think the standard, if it would have been someone brown, would be able to get away with this. Kudos for turning yourself in, but I'll applaud you when you don't break the law at all. We need serious criminal justice reform in this country, and it's no joke. But I see a lot of people making a mockery of it. To me, this story is just like the one who put on the prosthetic boobs. What did you need to post a picture outside of the prison for? You're trying to go viral. You're making this a spectacle. You broke the law. Keep your selfies, and let's see your prison record when you come out. Let me see you go 5 years straight with no further infractions. That's what I want to see.
Well, thank you, E, for that. Okay, Chef Kev, your cart is behind. Okay, people asking for their drinks. Somebody said they need a refill. Michelle want to know where her wings at. Chef Kev, you messing up. Are we gonna have to fire you?
That's funny. Uh, I haven't been paid yet, so I don't know if I'm gonna get fired. You gotta get paid to
Oh,
get
you
fired.
having blasphemy. He's trying to say he don't get paid on the diva train. Oh,
Oh,
You gotta get paid to get fired. You know what I'm saying? I can't go to unemployment. That's what I mean. Hey, it is what it is. This is a donation. This is nonprofit. This
Well,
is
even
nonprofit.
my
even
God.
So
even volunteers can be turned away.
This is true.
hey,
Robin did
hey,
run a volunteer program. I'll let some folks go before.
hey, all I'm gonna say is this. It look like this. How much your drink cost last week? It's cost the same price this week. Nothing. All right then. So guess what?
Wait, you
You
know
ain't even
Look,
asked to tip.
Diva, I'm about to lean into the camera and say, Chef Kev, respectfully.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Bedside behave. You are correct. I do remember that. Do y'all remember this? It was in New York.
Yes.
Frank James, the NYC train, you know what, called the NYPD and said, I heard you looking for me. I'm at the McDonald's on the corner of 12th and whatever, and I'll be waiting here for you. That is a true story. Thanks for that reminder, okay? Chef Kev, they say you sipping on your own stuff, you sipping on your wine, okay? And they said, listen, Chef Kev, after listening to these stories, I need a triple drink. Okay, so Chef Kev, you wilding out. Going to tell people.
Look, I got you. You want triple shot?
Chef Kev, you in the streets, the YouTube streets, telling the people lies, saying Diva don't pay over here. Messy boots, okay? Messy boots. I'm about to kick you off the train. You lucky the people waiting on their food and their drinks, okay? Chef
It's
Kev,
coming.
messy. Oh,
I got a server with one leg.
Chef Kev. Nubian said it, so that's why her wings are delayed. Cause
Yes, I know. I got a server with one leg and a cook with one arm. So that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So they hopping over there. It'll be here in a minute. Calm down. Calm your nerves.
No. Tell them like Anthony did. Say, calm down. Give me.
I said, calm down. Calm your nerves. You're gonna be all right. The wings will turn. The chicken will turn itself in at the proper time.
All right. Listen, guys, we are coming to the last stop. And you know, this stop is the last stop is a little serious because the guys, all of the 5 policemen from the Tyre Nichols case, they all pled not guilty. They all pled not guilty. I mean, I guess it's shocking and non-shocking all at the same time. So it's telling us the 5 Memphis police officers pled not guilty in the, the unaliving of Tyre Nichols. We have to watch our words. Okay. So they were charged with it. The grieving mother and stepdad was there, very disappointed and very sad that, that at the very least, they're just not, taking responsibility, so to speak. So all 5 pleaded not guilty to second degree aggravated assault, kidnapping, misconduct of official oppression. I'm not saying a lot because, YouTube gets very sensitive to these things, these words that we said. And, the lawyer was like, Ben Crump was like, I'm numb, just numb as I can be right now. The mom said as she walked into the court holding the hand of her attorney, civil rights lawyer, Ben Crump. So the mom was like, just numb. Can you imagine you actually getting to see the people that took your baby's life? And listen, your kids will always be your baby. And they need to see my face, she said, of the 5 fired cops accused of emming her 29-year-old son. He was only 29. After entering their not guilty pleas, the 5 former cops were again freed on bond ahead of their next hearing scheduled for May 1st. So listen, they're getting to roam the streets until May 1st. Okay? They shouldn't even be walking out free right now. Just my opinion. And look at him, 29.
Oh my God.
29. Look at them. That was their own brother.
Mm-mm.
I know a lot of times, and I don't want to take this down the wrong road, but a lot of times we always say this, who's doing this, that, and the other to us. Whoo, the things we do to ourselves.
Exactly. Exactly.
The things these were his own brothers right here. And they had no mercy on him. And what? And it took five, to me, if it take 5 cops to subdue one person, this is just my opinion. Maybe you need a different profession.
Exactly.
I can see, okay, you need 2. And we definitely would never show the videos here. And I mean, I can see maybe you need 2 people. Hey, let's take it. Maybe you need 3 people to take someone down. Yes, it's disgusting, heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. All of them pled not guilty. Their own brother.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows. Listen, let me tell you, there's so many things and oaths that you have to take when you go to nursing school. But one thing they told us, I don't care who comes into this hospital and what they did. If you cannot take care of that person, then you don't belong here.
Exactly.
You don't belong here. So you could have heard that the person just took the lives of 20 other people, 10 other people. If you need to do CPR on that person, you better do CPR on that person. If you got to take care of that person, you got to take care of that person. The oath that you pled has nothing to do with what that person did or did not do. You have a duty to uphold. It's messy. I'll start with you, Ray. What do you think?
Well, first, before I give my opinion, I just want to say real quick before all of us speak, let's be very mindful of the words we use. There are certain
Yes,
things that we
thank you.
can't say. So let's just be very mindful because of the platform that we are on, that we use careful words. So, Diva, this situation is just another horrible, deplorable situation. I just hate that we had to watch before our eyes one of our own take one of our own. And
Mm-hmm.
not that it's any better, when it's the opposite, but
Mm-hmm.
it just hurts differently when we
Mm-hmm.
see we hurt our own selves. And the fact that these gentlemen are choosing not to take responsibility for the crime that they have committed, it just goes to show the character that they have displayed during their time in the force, but not just to themselves, but it also speaks to the force that hired them. We have to also look and see that they just didn't get this job. They just didn't walk into the building and just you're hired. There
Mm-hmm.
were steps that they had to take and had to go through in order to get this job. And so we need to take a deeper look at the steps that we are taking to get this job and the people who are interviewing these positions to allow the individuals who are supposed to protect and serve us and our community to take these positions. It is a horrible thing that has happened. My thoughts and prayers go out to the family. I am just so sorry that yet again we have to see before our eyes another Black man lose his life to injustice. And to the gentlemen, to the officers, I just, God bless you and may heaven smile upon you and his mercy as much as it can be upon you, because what you have done is just unforgivable. It is unforgivable. And I just, wow, it's horrible. But we got to
Yeah.
take a deeper look at our communities and who we're bringing in, who is allowing these individuals to come into these sacred positions. The police officer should be a sacred position because they are to protect and serve the community. This is horrible.
It
It
is.
is. It really is. And like you said, we need a deeper dive. Um, um, Allegedly, the story behind the incidents that Tyre was having, I did hear that affair with one of the officers' significant other. I don't know if she was a wife or a girlfriend.
The
So
It
they
was an
ex-girl.
ex-wife.
It was
It
an
was an ex.
ex-girl. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so they saw him out allegedly. Yeah, you know what? I did hear that, and I'm coming to Juanita next, and I'm coming around everybody. But you know what? You know what I don't understand about that? How do you get a whole bunch of other people to connect to your negativity and you agree to do it. Let me tell you one thing I ain't never doing. I ain't never doing nothing crazy where I'm about to lose my job.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
Exactly.
And I'm not doing nothing crazy where I'm going to end up taking someone's life. You can
Mm-mm.
never get me to connect to that negativity. So I don't understand how all of them was in agreement. And at no point, just like Shanquilla, at no point did somebody back up and say, okay, hold on, this is too much.
Come
Exactly.
on now. Come on.
I
Exactly.
could see if okay, maybe you fell into the crazy for a minute, but at no point you was like, okay, too much, our arm is broken, bleeding, enough, like rough him up. No point to you beat this man to the point where the life is gone.
And that
At
just
no
goes to
point he
show
became lifeless. Come on, go ahead, Roy.
and that just goes to show that these people have no heart and no mercy for it. They ain't no love in your heart, ain't no mercy in your mind. You can't have none of that because the way that you, how could you stand there above this man as if you God and he's some little peasant? He on the same level as you. You got a life to live just like he do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a
Exactly.
heaven or hell to put this man in. I don't care what he did to you, whether he slept with your girlfriend, your wife. It was not justified the way that they did this young man at
Exactly.
all. At all.
Yeah, it's very sad. And Toria said that's not true. It's something that was going around the internet. We never know because you know how once stories get out there, it just takes life. And but that trial, we gonna find out the truth.
Exactly.
We gonna find out the truth. Juanita, what are your
He
thoughts?
didn't go to trial.
It saddens me every time I hear about it because it's another young man gone, if I'm not mistaken, he had a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's really it's heartbreaking, and it's even more heartbreaking that it was five of our own kind that did this. And as far as oath, yes, I worked at a government hospital, and we had to take an oath too,
Mm-hmm.
and that was to serve the veterans. And if I saw something that just wasn't going right, or the RNs wasn't doing what they were supposed to, then I would complain about it. Because that's what I took an oath to do. And
Mm-hmm.
just like they're sitting over there looking at them doing all this unjust stuff, how could you sleep at night? How
That
could you
part.
even sleep at night now, knowing that you could have done something to prevent this young man from losing his life? It's just sad.
It's very sad. And sometimes I shy away from just these situations because it just brings you down and you just really think to yourself, I don't know, it's just like you can't understand it. Like you really that mad at somebody? You really gonna do this to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very sad. What are your thoughts?
So, sorry. When you said if it takes five of you to take down one man who is probably 130 pounds soaking wet, you're
Mhm.
in the wrong profession. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of something one of the elder women in my circle told me when it comes to disciplining children. And
Mhm.
it's actually one of the reasons I personally do not believe in spanking my child. When you have to raise your hand to hit your child in order to call for order, it says more about you than it
Mm.
does about that child.
Mhm.
And I believe that. And I know each case is different, but for me, that works. And
Mhm.
I think in this case, it is easily transferable to this situation. I did see the video, and that man who is no longer with us, he was scared out of his mind and he was calling for his
Mm-hmm.
mother. And it was five of them, not including the EMT workers, unless there was a prior investigation and they had reason to fear for their lives for some unknown reason, and I'm using quotation marks, which wasn't displayed on the camera. I do not understand why there was no de escalation, no empathy, no reasoning. There was zero talk time other than the insults that they hurled towards
Mm.
this man, which is actually counterproductive to getting him to come with you because that could have been handled totally differently.
Mhm.
More so, the thing that I found appalling is why all five. pled not guilty, and they all have legal representation, and they all are aware that the footage has been released. This gives me an unsettling feeling. um I'm not going to, I know we can't say certain words, so I'm going to curve what I say next very carefully. The requirements for the biggest charge that they're accused of, because I know it's second degree, it states that the defendants acted impulsively. This is the requirement to be found guilty, and without premeditation, but with an intent and understanding of their actions. And from what I saw in the video, the names they called that person, the words they used, to me, you would be found guilty. To say that you're not guilty, it is two things that come to mind, and anybody can pull my coattail. The first thing that comes to mind is there's more to the story, and they're calling the state's bluff because they have bigger evidence. And we talked about this on this channel before. There's more behind the scenes that they don't want to come out, which is so hastily. And so to me, this not guilty plea, it could be a signal for that could be the 5 officers saying, you know what, I bet you won't take this all the way. I bet you won't lock me up because there's more I could say. And then the second part of my mind goes to, are they really that arrogant to play in the faces of the Black community after being exposed and the veil being lifted, and to stand before us without a conscience and say that they did absolutely nothing wrong and they are without guilt and they are without shame? To me, that is the most despicable conclusion, that you could think that this person's life didn't mean anything to their community, to their family, and that you can stand in that courtroom and say that. I was at a loss for words, and I just think it's the audacity. If you ask me, I don't think anything good will come from this. And if these people are found innocent and the state does not have enough evidence to convict, I will tell you, every citizen, every Black citizen in that community, you need to get out, you need to vote, you need to organize, and you need to put new people in position, because this, what you have now, this doesn't work. And I'm just saying, if they're found innocent, I would have a big problem with that.
I would too. I'm coming to you, Auntie Rami. Give me a second. They selected him like big game hunting. It's not black or white, it's blue. You know, I do believe that too, right? I think it's a mixture of everything. I think it is a mixture of blue. But my problem is, blue or not, like, good gosh, this was your brother. Are you kidding me right now? And then I want to say, was it 2 or 3 of them? You were part of a fraternity, again, brotherhood. So what did you learn? You learned nothing. Like, nothing was really instilled in you, that you can look at somebody and just, I mean, and here's the thing too. He kept saying, y'all doing the most. And I'm paraphrasing the words, but he kept saying, okay, all of this, like, what is going on? They kept tasing him. I mean, it's just sickening.
And not only that, because I know you want to go to Robin, but not only that, the slap in the face that concerned me is you're out on bond. But the type of heinous act this was, the type of violence we saw on that film, they should have been reprimanded to their cell. Why are they being allowed to roam free? That's why I think it's something fishy going on behind the scenes, because if you were that swift to take them into custody, why are you so easy to let them out?
I'm leaning with you. I'm coming to you, Robin. Give me a minute. I'm leaning with you, because you know what I said? I said, I bet you they're going to blame it on the training, the culture, and a whole lot of other stuff. They got something up their sleeve. That doesn't mean what they got up their sleeve is going to work. But they got something up their sleeve, because
I'm connecting with you, Diva. I'm connecting.
All right. Best IBK, in S crimes investigation into the husband of Atlanta police sergeant, she was reinstated following an appeal process. This is a mess. Auntie Robin, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I'd like to start first with procedure. The reason that those people pled not guilty is because in a criminal case, it is on the prosecution to prove somebody's guilt. So, in as much as we saw, for example, Rodney King being beaten by the police in Los Angeles, they pled not guilty and they were found not guilty. The prosecution must prove their guilt, no matter what we see. But we believe very truly that this is the case. Let's start there. I'd also like to say that in a criminal case, there is no such thing as being found innocent. You can be found not guilty or guilty. Innocence is a whole separate category that does not exist in the law. With regard to these people who were the police, I personally have an issue with the whole notion of policing because it's supposed to be about maintaining law and order.
Mhm.
But very often, for me, in my mind's eye, I see not that we're skin folk, but I say that people are members of gangs. You know, they're part of a gang of police officers.
Mm-hmm.
We know in this particular case that there's been no presented evidence of probable cause to even stop this man. You talk about him being apprehended. He wasn't apprehended. He was accosted. He was taken by force from his car. He went to his grave, not knowing why those people pulled him
Mm-hmm.
over. Um, this particular unit was somebody in the chat you put up said that they hunted him. That was their charge, to hunt people. And that's a
Mhm.
problem because what I have experienced in my lifetime is the police do not prevent crime at all. They come after the crime has been committed. So there is a false narrative associated, in my opinion, with what policing is, what the police are supposed to do, and how they actually carry out their duties. What else do I want to say? I think I'll stop there. But yeah,
So,
I think it was very perverse. I believe that there will be we'll be able to see what is it? Let me see. In civil cases, it's the preponderance of the evidence. In a criminal case, it is beyond reasonable doubt to find someone guilty. So we know that there's going to be evidence from just what we know from news reports that
mhm.
if there is a not guilty verdict, there's probably going to be that state will probably blow up and no longer exist because we know that the footage that we have seen, none of it came from any of the police officers' body cams,
Mhm.
that they actually turned their cameras off. If you look at the footage that we saw that came from the pole mounted cameras in the neighborhoods, you'll
Mhm.
see, for example, the police cruisers that had dash cams were not trained on the Mr. Nichols. They were trained so not as to take any kind of footage of what was happening. I have an expectation that there is going to be a discussion about it being some new kind of black on black crime, but I'm going to stand by the gang that is the police. And by the way, when I talk about gangs, I think that there's a whole lot of gangs out there.
Oh
There's
yes.
the police that are gangs. You got your sports teams that are gangs, because you know what the gangs have in common? They have in common, they wear the same colors, the same uniforms, they have the same mission and the same mindset.
Yeah. So, I hear you, Robin. And let me say this, right? The thing is, I have friends that are, I'm not gonna say where they
Right,
work,
we
but
know.
they're police, right?
Hmm.
They're, and it's a shame in any profession. I don't want to just say like with police, this, that, and the other. It's a shame that in any profession you have those bad apples that taint the entire profession and people have a certain image of them, because legitimately there are a lot of good ones out there
Mm-hmm.
that truly save lives, that truly save communities, that truly do, stop crime in certain areas, so forth and so on. This is a group that was put together to do what they did to Tyre, to who they thought were truly criminals. And they went too far and did too much. And and they were no better than the people they called themselves hunting down. They had, and for them to have sent pictures and was bragging about it, that's because it was done before. For them to have turned off their cameras, that's because it was done before. Now, of course, the person I know, they ain't going to tell me all the business because somebody said it before. Blue is blue. And although they're my friend, I think blue comes before the friendship, because I said, I asked them, who looks at this footage? So what that you have these body cams, right? When you come in at night and you turn those body cams in, who's looking at them? Or is there back in the police station a whole monitoring screen, and everybody who's out on the beat, you can see on the screen officer 2738, this and that, and you see this footage on the body cam, and perhaps there should be some feedback on the body cam to maybe help direct that person to say, okay, a supervisor, whoever's watching it, and say, okay, calm down. You're using too much force. Just handcuff the person, put them in the car, and bring them back to the station. So what good is a body cam if they're not monitoring it? Now, I
They
don't
need
know.
to they need to upload that footage from those body cams as soon as they dock it at the
That
station,
part.
like the Big Brother house. We should be able to see this, the public, in real time. Because if the chief of police doesn't have the bandwidth to monitor that footage, then give it to the people. Let us see what's going on.
That part.
Or they should not have the ability to turn them
off.
on and off themselves. They should be running as long as you're on
Right.
duty, and they should always be uploaded to the cloud.
That's right.
Period.
I think, we would have to, it would have to be a different type of system. But you know what? Don't these Ring doorbells and all that, aren't they 24-hour recording? I don't know.
Yeah, mine is.
Okay, so then they can have the bandwidth on their shift to have 24-hour recording, and turn it off when you go to the bathroom. Nobody should be seeing you go to the bathroom, and maybe when you eat lunch or whatever. I don't know, but something has to be figured out. KLG, love you, Diva, but as a law-abiding citizen that grew up in NYC, they operate as a gang and approach us as criminals. I'm a senior healthcare professional and have been pulled over and disrespected. I'm going to get to Chef Kev. KLG, I don't doubt that. I and if you're from New York, KLC, because I was born and raised in the Bronx. Do you remember? I want to call them the Charlie Angels, but it's not the Guardian Angels.
Guardian Angels, Curtis Lewa.
So the Guardian Angels. So my thing is, and they were not police; they was regular citizens. And maybe we could get him, because I want to say he's still alive, right, Robin?
Yes,
the one who started the Guardian Angels.
Yes.
Curtis something, am I right or no?
Curtis Lewa.
Yeah. Lewa. So all I'm saying is that I'm not in disagreement about the sector of law enforcement that are messy. I'm not at all, and I'm not naive about it. And I know people have horrific stories. All I'm saying is that unfortunately, there is another sector that they are good. They are fair. They save lives. They risk their lives. I do not want to tell a story that I know of a friend, a real story, where the law enforcement saved their lives by risking their own lives. They saved my friend's life by risking their life. And it's a true 100% story. So all I can say is that every last single one of them, and I know we kind of know that, are not just the sectors that we get to see when we see the bad ones on the news. Chef, and let me tell you, it's this weird kind of unspoken thing, but when it comes to law enforcement and nurses in the medical field, for some reason, like when they find out you're a nurse, is this automatic connection. It's something, I don't know what it is, but
if you're a nurse, if you work in the hospital.
Yeah, I got a lot of respect from cops that didn't even know me in all different shades, form of color, when they found out I was a nurse. Chef Kev, you may lean a lot into this conversation, as a Black male in the community. What are your thoughts on this situation?
Wow. Okay. Well, I understand them pleading not guilty because they want to take it to trial. So I'm not surprised about that. But at the same time, it shows you the value or devalue they have for the Black culture, especially Black males. Because had this been somebody of a different culture or different color, would they have pleaded guilty, knowing that they couldn't win? You know what I mean? Do they feel because it's a Black man they got a shot? You know what I mean? Like, would you even have committed the crime? They said, and they said in social media. I heard it on the news that the guy sent the picture supposedly sent the picture to his ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, whatever it was. But if this guy was of a different color, do you think you could have gotten away with that? That's the point I'm making. So when they do things like this, do you do it with the intent of, because this person's skin color is like this, I have more of a probability of getting away with it, and because his skin color was brown, I have more of a probability of getting let off. You know what I mean? So that goes in my head. And I also want to bring up, because you say, and people say it all the time when things like this happen, all cops are not bad. Guess what? All Black men are not criminals. You can say all cops are not bad. You can say all Black men are not criminals. And so just like we profiling them, they profile us. So when someone looks at a cop and say, I don't trust them, we have a recording, and forget about it, before there was even recording or a camera phone, we have the experience of how we were treated by police. But you go all the way back to, I can just name it, you can go all the way back to Rodney King. All cops are not bad. All Black, so are not all Black men. But I will say this, if those cops are acquitted, and I don't wish this to happen, Memphis might make LA look like a backyard barbecue. Because people, you get to a point where people say, I'm tired, I'm sick and tired of being either sick and tired. That's how I feel about when I see the situation. So now I'm not just worried about the white cop, I'm worried about the Black cop. And so, and this has been going, this is nothing new. The people who've been harassed or had dealt with police officers, this is nothing new. I met good cops who was cool as heck with me. You know what I mean? I met cops who were jackasses. The uniform don't change who you are. If that's who you are, that's who you are. And so that's the uniform. I don't care how many oaths you take. You can put your right hand over your heart and raise your hand. You can see the Star Spangled Banner. Don't mean you're fighting for the country. So I mean, it to me, I look at the situation as, and at the end of the day, it spells out one thing to me: the devalue of the Black male or the Black woman. Okay, that was the Black male. I think if it was a Black woman, it'd be more of an uproar because it's a female. 4 men beating on a female, or it really would have went less. But the devalue of the man, the Black man, has dropped down. It's sad. It's sad. These are things that you constantly think about when you leave the house in certain situations. You know what I mean? And so, most people get pulled over for a ticket. Okay, I'm doing 75 and a 65. You pull over, I'm not worried about the ticket. I'm worried about you knocking me upside my head or pulling the trigger. Why? Not so much because I'm Black, because you can get away with it. That's the whole deal. Nobody does a crime to get caught. You do a crime because you believe you can get away with it. So it was the blue of their uniform and the brown in his skin. And those two mixed together equal not guilty. It's in the history. You know what I mean? I think it was George Floyd the first time I ever recall, and of course this guy was white, when the white man went to jail. There was a black cop who went to jail for killing the woman in Chicago, but that was a Black cop. So I mean, this is what it is. So people don't go inside the store to rob the store knowing there's a cop inside the store. No, they go inside the store to rob the store because they didn't get away with it. So when they beat this man half to death, for whatever reason, they believe they can get away with it. That's why nobody stopped him.
Well, let me say this, Chef Cap. There are people that go in store and the security guard is there with a whole weapon and everything, and they still go in and try to, rob the store. But I do get the general idea of your entire concept. I want to say, in leaning towards the whole Shanquilla case too, I want to say that I think they never expected for this man to be gone, to be unalived. We got to watch our words, what we say, right? I think they never expected that this man to be gone. I think we saw many cases where the people were beat up, but they survived and they still try to act like nothing happened. Do you remember the one case? I want to say the guy, he was beat up or something. They kind of tossed him in back of the police car, and anyway, he a whole spinal cord injury. And I want to say he's paralyzed from the waist down or something like that, as a result of something that happened to him while they was trying to take him into custody. It is a lot of dynamics going on with this particular situation, and whether we put the blue code at the top or at the bottom or in between, is definitely in the mix of this situation. Is blue. It's like that. And it's the game mentality, like Auntie Robin said. So you got the game mentality, you got blue, and you got the fact that too, that it's a culture of them knowing that they can beat people down. I just feel like, I could be wrong, right? I feel like this is going to be part of their defense, that this has happened. They used excessive force on many others before this young man Tyre, and I think they got away with it. And so it's almost like they say with kids, right? And if you let them get away with not doing their homework tonight, then it becomes 2 nights, then it becomes 3, and then it goes on and on and on and on and on. Everybody needs discipline. Everybody needs correction. And I think that they had a culture of doing whatever they wanted to do, sharing the pictures. Oh, look what I did to this one. Because they shared the pictures. I highly doubt they would have shared those pictures if they thought that guy was not going to make it. Mm-hmm. So I bet you it will come out that pictures were shared before by many others before them, and even themselves. They got a sense of untouchable syndrome, right? Because they had that special unit, and they was going around probably terrorizing the neighborhood in the name of we're stopping crime. And even though they debunked that they knew this guy, I still feel like, and this is just me, that situation was a personal beatdown.
Yes.
And the way they was talking to him, I just cannot lean on the fact that there was no personal. How can you have that much hatred and that much venom towards somebody you don't even know? I don't know. It's just weird to me. Diva, that was in Baltimore, and then we had roots because the police were found not guilty. Yeah.
Right.
I agree with you about the premeditation. That's why I brought up the charges of that in that second degree, because that charge specifically states that they acted without premeditation. Like, and that's not, I don't believe that, Diva. I don't see how you can have that much aggression towards a stranger. And you're saying that he was he was out of his senses. He was so inebriated. But this is a skinny young man, and it took 5 of you. But he was out of his senses, though. He was inebriated. He couldn't drive. He couldn't stand up straight. He couldn't walk straight. But he outran y'all, and he ran into. I'm not buying it. Something else is going on here.
Well, you know that
way too. Hold on 1 second, Rob. I'm gonna come to you. KLG. You know what? And I get this, right? And this is very sad. You said they stopped your son, straight A student, for going to the store after school while buying juice, and called me to say they have him at the precinct, won a class action suit against them. You know what? God bless you that you won. I hate that happened, but God bless that you won. Many people had horrific stuff the same done to them, and they didn't win. They didn't win. So yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Auntie Robin. What was you going to say?
I was just going to speak to the group of police that in Memphis that we're speaking of. Benjamin Crump actually had a press conference with someone, I believe, maybe a couple of days after this came out, to say that he had been accosted by the same unit. He said that there was one person, I'm not sure if it was the same one, because I've read a lot of different things, that said that somebody tried to report this unit, and they were ignored by the police department authorities, and they believe that had they listened, that this might not have happened, because they might have been stopped in their tracks. I don't know how true that is, but
Wait,
I believe I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I was asking, you said Ben Crump said this?
Yeah,
Oh, I need to
Ben
go back
Crump.
and look at that. I didn't know that. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's
So
You
I
know
believe
what? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Robin.
one of the things that has been a theme here is people saying this is not the first time, this is not the only time, and I believe that the facts are going to bear out, and we're going to find evidence and witnesses to come forward who have been beaten, hunted, harassed by this group of people, and I think that that is going to result in additional charges beyond this, and so I'm going to go on record as predicting hefty jail time for all of them, and it's
I'm
not just these five. It's also, there were 7 police officers, including the one that almost got away with it, the
Yep.
one white police officer, and
Mhm.
I can't remember what he said, but he said something that was quite incendiary. And he's also the one who deployed his taser.
Yes, he
So
did.
we'll see. There's going
How
to be a
about
lot
this?
more.
How about this? He kept winding the taser up to
Yes.
taser more and more and more. A man that already 5 people had him down.
But see, also, I know when it first came out, people were applauding the black woman for taking swift action. I believe she is the chief, Auntie Robin or Diva.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
She's the
Mhm.
chief.
But if they have received previous complaints that went ignored, and they were valid complaints, then I have a problem. It goes all the way up to the top. Everybody involved, everybody whose name, who is responsible for these individuals, they all need to be fired, and they all need to be brought up on charges. I don't think that it stops just here with these specific people, because if you're watching and you're managing your team like you're supposed to be, this wouldn't happen unless, like Auntie Robin said previously when you brought up that good point, is this what they were trained to do? Since the cameras, I think I heard you say the cameras are positioned a certain way, or they don't want the footage to be recorded a certain way. If you're telling me that they're trained to be aggressive and go after people like this, then take down the whole unit and start all the way over.
They
How
did
about,
shut the unit down. They
but
did
how
shut
about
the unit. Go ahead.
in New Jersey there, Steve? I can't remember what town it is in, or what city in New Jersey, that they had, so the problems with the police department were so egregious that they terminate the entire department, started all over. People had to reapply for their jobs, and they have a different result. I wish I remember. I think it's Camden, but I'm not sure. But
I'm
that
gonna
was
have
one
to
of
look
the
it up, but
that was
I'm
the remedy
I
that
feeling
they
think it
like
was
used to
Jersey
replace
City.
it was
I think it
Jersey
was
City.
Jersey City. I think it was
Okay.
Jersey City. I know Jersey City had an issue with that.
But just
Yeah.
like with teachers, the police people, we need to make sure we're putting the right people in the right job. They need psychological exams. Well, I can't remember if I can't remember who said this on this panel before, that we need to see their high school records. Did they get along with others? What type of people and social skills do they have? It's more than just knowing the law. It's more than just knowing these tactics. We need to know how you engage with people. Do you have good oral skills? Go ahead, Roy. I'm sorry.
I hate to disrupt the conversation, but this
No,
was an
you don't.
express train, and we are an hour and 33 minutes
thank
in.
you, Roya. We do have to
So
cut this
um,
off. Thank
we
you.
do.
I appreciate it. We're gonna shut this down. It was an express train. It's a good conversation that we probably have to continue on another day and another time. It is very sad. And let me tell you, it was extremely sad. Just getting pulled over for just a normal traffic stop, or just getting pulled over. Because now they don't just pull you over; they come 5 car deep, like they just heard you rob the bank or something, and your heart is beating fast. Your heart is beating fast. Literally, I got pulled over the other day. I don't know. They said I was doing, I don't know, 35 in the 20. I don't know what the situation was. But I pulled over in 2 cars deep. I'm like, what did I do? Like, you know what I mean? So it's scary just in and of itself. And your heart is pumping because you have whatever they claim you did, you have no immediate defense against it. It's like you did it. But anyway, guys, I thank y'all. This was an express train. It got heavy at the end. We could continue this conversation. We're going to stay on top of this case. Roy, I thank you because you're helping me out here because the train be going off the track and we
Yep,
just be
I feel
taking
it.
it. It be pulling it late. It be pulling
Listen, it's okay. You know, we got to do our book review tomorrow, so we got to get prepped for that. You know, this was an awesome conversation. And Diva, I definitely think that we need to do a community discussion on your channel on this specific topic, because the only way that we're going to change this is if we have the conversations and come up with solutions to make better changes in our community and in the um, police world, you know, those who are supposed to be protecting us and serving our communities.
Yes. So thank you guys for joining us on this train ride. Again, if you did not see the interview with Bunny DeBarge last night, you missed what a treat. She dropped a whole bunch of gems, but one of my most favorite ones, she said secrets keep you sick. Okay. Yes, and we're going to be doing book fair tomorrow. That's part of our first book club thing that we did, and it's going amazing. It will be part 3, the final and last part. Thank you guys. Love you much for supporting me and my channel and Royer and everybody. We truly love you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We'll see you on the next train ride. Choo choo. Gotta go. All right, guys. See you next time. Good
Love you
night.
guys.
Have a
Have a
good
good
weekend.
night. Bye
Bye.
bye.